Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Cinderellimouse and I'm back with another early access for rent expansion pack video courtesy of the EA Creator Network. Words are so hard, intros are hard. I've been really busy making sims for this expansion pack because I want you to have like interesting sims that you can just download and start playing with if you want to. I'm definitely going to add them to my game, and I did tease on Twitter without any spoilers that I had early access that I'd made a sim and I had a really good backstory for them and I was really into it. So I was so excited when I was making this sim and I can't wait to tell you more about him. So he's called Mel Goddard and he's kind of loosely based on like a 90s movie with Mel Brooks in. It was called Life Stinks. I just had to double check because I got it wrong in my last introduction. Yeah, it was called Life Stinks, and basically the premise of this movie was that Mel Brooks's character was this big like business property investor, and he was a bit heartless, and he was kind of really interested in kind of like making money and kind of like the business, and he was doing a lot of harm. Like, he didn't have any regard for the environment, he didn't have any regard for like the struggles of the average person. He was kind of not a good guy at the start of the movie, and he has this kind of redemption arc because he places a bet with his business rival because they both want the same property, and he says, right, if I can live on the streets for 30 days or something like that, I get that property, you know, I'm the one who wins the property. And so he does, but then he lives basically as a homeless person on the streets of this big city, and obviously he's like struggling and he's understanding the kind of like day-to-day struggles of people, and he meets this gorgeous woman called like Molly something, who's played by Leslie Ann Warren, who is like, you know, such a beautiful woman, and I think she's a really good example of like really beautiful talented actresses. Like, you don't need a ton of work, you don't need like all the Botox and the fillers, you know, to like be a talented actress. Like, a lot of it comes from like having a face with a lot of character, and that's beautiful to me. So yeah, crushing on Leslie Ann Warren this week. But yeah, so he meets Molly and she's like this homeless woman and he falls in love with her, and he has this whole redemption arc. So by the end of the movie, he's kind of like, he's wanting to do good, right? So yeah, he's kind of based on him at that point in the story. So Mel Goddard's whole thing is he's so rich, he's got so much money, very successful business person, and he's at that point in his life where he wants to give back, right? He understands the plight of, like, you know, the people who are struggling, the people who are on the breadline. So he wants to buy up property because For Rent is all about kind of being a property owner, being a landlord. So he actually has the 5-star property owner aspiration. So if I just click on this, it says this sim wants to be the best property owner the world has ever seen, and that is exactly what he wants to do. Now, a feature of this pack is that you can set the price of the rent. So he wants to basically solve all the housing problems in the Sims universe. So he wants to kind of like buy up like properties that he can kind of rent out, or build apartment blocks that he can rent out, but for really cheap. So basically, like, for homeless people, it'll be like 0 rent, right? He's literally doing this because he can, because he has so much money and he has more than enough for himself. So he's at the point where he wants to be a philanthropic person, a philanthropist. Yay, I got it. He wants to be a philanthropist. He wants to just do good. He doesn't want people suffering, and he's kind of understanding that some of his business choices has caused the suffering of people. So that's his whole thing. And yeah, so I want him to kind of like go out with all his money and kind of buy up property in the game and like rent it out for really low prices. So I thought he could have, like, you know, a specific building for like ex-military, because I believe that a lot of homelessness is something like 10% of homeless people are ex-military, which is a huge amount. Like, and I was shocked about that because I thought, you know, if you were in service to your country would look after you, and it doesn't feel like that's necessarily the case. And that's a bit political. Like, I don't know all the details about it, but I was quite shocked when I heard that. So I thought, you know, you could have like a specific place for ex-military people where, you know, you could even run like counseling groups to help them, you know, discuss like their experiences and kind of like, you know, heal those wounds kind of thing. And then I thought you could have like, you know, property for like young families who are struggling and kind of like have rent, but have it like a really low affordable affordable rent, you know, and kind of like, you know, giving people like the dignity by saying like, I'm not giving you this for free, I'm giving you this with conditions that you're going to kind of look after the place, but also kind of like not being judgmental, not being like this person deserves it and this person doesn't. Because, you know, I think, you know, a big challenge that people have when they start, like, I'm sorry, I'm feeling very, very like society right now. We live in a society, but like when people start slipping through the cracks, right, when they're let down by mental health services, maybe they've made a few mistakes in their life, maybe they've got a few addictions that they're dealing with, it's like, it's such a slippery slope, and it's so hard to kind of like get any traction, get back on your feet. And then so having to worry about housing as well, I think, you know, even if you've got somebody who is technically a bad person, they've done bad things, but they're in that spiral, right, it's like at least give them a safe place to sleep, at least let them have access to their own shower, you know, at least give them dignity, which is going to give them a chance to kind of like recover. So yeah, like I love it. I just love his story, and I can't wait to play with him and kind of like do good in the world, you know. I'm shaking a bit. I'm shaking because I'm really cold. It's -2 in the UK at the moment, and I've not got my heating on because I'm alone in the house right now. So like energy bills, energy crisis, whoop whoop. So yeah, I'm just really cold. So yeah, I'm like, that's why. But yeah, Mel Goddard, I'm just excited, guys. I'm just so excited to share this sim with you and talk about this expansion pack with you. I'm just, yeah, so like you can see, I've kind of based his face a little bit on Mel Brooks. Now I've got face blindness. So my proportions might be a little bit off. I kind of, my thing with face blindness, it's not like I can't see faces, it's that I kind of, like where people see the whole jigsaw puzzle, I kind of see each piece. So I kind of get like a bit too, like I remember people by their eyes specifically, or I'll remember people by the hair. And so if somebody changes the hair, I can't recognize them. So I remember things in pieces, basically, is how I can explain it the best. So yeah, I can kind of like, if I'm doing his nose, I kind of like hyperfixate on his nose, and then I might get the proportions a bit off when I do the other bit. So I've done my best with him. I think I've done quite a good job. I kind of used a reference picture from him from the film, but yeah, like I kind of love his face. I think he's got kind of a unique face. Like if I was making a sim and I was like, this is a daddy sim that I want to crush on, like I wouldn't have necessarily chosen these features, but I wanted to make a realistic character. Again, I'm very much about individualism at the moment, like humans being humans, having unique faces, not feeling like we all have to get surgery to all look exactly the same and fit the beauty standards. So yeah, I wanted to give a guy with a story, a guy with character, and he's an older guy as well. So, and he's got these amazing eyebrows, which I think when I first saw them in the game, I was like, but then I was like, do you know what? Maybe I'm here for a little bit of interesting eyebrow game. He's got this nose as well. Again, I would normally not do a nose like that. It's kind of quite wide. When I'm doing guys' noses, I tend to kind of like give them like a big Roman nose, you know, like a big kind of like nose. So yeah, he's got this kind of like podgy nose, like same, and I kind of like it. I like his face. I do like his face. So yeah, he's got like dad clothing. These are clothes from the new pack, and I think they're kind of like really down to earth. They are kind of like everyday clothes. Definitely suit. Like this top has a bit of a kind of knitted fabric to it. If I kind of like zoom in, you might be able to see it's kind of like ribbed or knitted. Huh? So yeah, he's kind of like, it does have kind of granddad vibes, and I think it really suits him. So he's kind of got this like smart casual look, you know, maybe this is like what he wears when he's like on his private yacht, or he's going to the golf course, or he's kind of like, did you hear that? Or he's like pottering around his garden. And of course he's got the socks and sandals, because again, he's not a fashion icon, guys. He might like have a lot of money, doesn't buy you style. One thing he does always wear is this big gold watch. This is like designer Rolex. Like this is kind of like probably 6 figures, this watch, because again, he is very, very proud of the money he's made. He is a businessman. He is ambitious. Just to kind of show you his traits, he's got ambitious, wise, and generous, because he hasn't always been wise and generous. Again, he's got this redemption arc where, you know, he used to be selfish, he used to be materialistic, but through his experience of kind of like being like a secret millionaire, right, roughing it on the streets, and meeting real people, and not being in that bubble of like the 1% elite anymore, but actually getting down to earth and seeing what people are really like, you know, it has changed him. It has kind of made him want to be a better person. So I love that he's now through his wisdom, he is now generous. So I kind of love that backstory for him. I was so excited. Like, all I wanted to do is like tell you all about him when I made him. I made him about a week ago, and like having to hold it in has been so hard because I love his story so much. So yeah, his formal wear is just like base game formal wear. He has this like almost like 80s CEO look to him. So yeah, not a lot of choice for formal wear really. This is his sportswear. Again, this is all new items from the new pack. I did kind of make it look a little bit like, you know, he hasn't put too much thought into it. Perhaps it actually looks really fashionable, like on a different sim that would be a really trendy outfit, but I just went for like, you know, like workout vest, comfy shorts, and then these trainers, which I'm absolutely obsessed with. Do you think they're like Skechers? Like, I feel like we've got the Reeboks, we've got the Air Force Ones, like we've got Converse. I feel like these are maybe like Skechers. I don't know. But yeah, so, but again, still wears the gold watch. Time is money, my friend, and that is like, he knows that. His other outfits then, so he has this is an update. I think this came to, I'm pretty sure this came to the base game at the same time as the onesies. I don't know if it's just new patterns or if it's an whole new top. Somebody let me know about that, but it's like a new pajama set. So yeah, he's just got this really basic kind of jersey pajama set for his sleepwear. I think when I get him in my own game, I'm probably going to put him in that, you know, the kind of like Hugh Hefner robe. What did it come with? Did it come with like Get Famous or something? It's like a big Hugh Hefner robe. I always put it on Mortimer. I might put that on him, and kind of like there's some slippers as well that have like a monogram on. He's probably going to wear something a bit fancier, I think. But his party wear, like again, like it's so, her name is Rio when she dances on the sun, right? It's so like 80s I own a yacht kind of thing. It's giving Philip Green, which I don't love. This is Philip Green after his redemption arc, as if. Again, I don't know. I don't know him personally. I only know what I've read in the newspapers. I am not the authority on the soul of a billionaire businessman in real life. Like, I don't know. I've never met him. So yeah, like yeah, he's definitely got kind of like 80s I Own a Yacht vibes here. This is definitely his like, I don't know, this is his party outfit, but again, like he's got slightly grey socks on. Which is funny to me. Let's go to his swimwear then. Again, these are new shorts that come with the pack. They're not enabled for sleepwear, but again, this is what I always say. If you're looking for a bit more diversity in your outfits, especially for things like sleepwear, sportswear, and swimwear, take off the filter, take off the tag, because there's so much. I'm like, why aren't they tagged for swimwear? They're perfect for swimwear. So yeah, you get a bit more variety. So if you take off the swimwear tag and like filter for something like shorts for men, you're gonna find like so many different like swimwear options like that aren't tagged. I don't understand the tagging system. Like, Sims team, come on, like pay me a few £100 and I will sit there and tag everything for you. I will go through one by one. So the offer's there. So this is like the hot weather. And I'm not gonna lie, I'd probably do it for free, but I'm trying to deal with my imposter syndrome and my my Capricorn Lilith placement and actually value my time for a change. Yeah, this is his hot weather outfit. It's a kind of like a holiday outfit. I put that new little hat on him as well here, and then the new little kind of cute sandals too. I probably use those sandals quite a lot, I reckon. I can see myself like, that's gonna be like every hot weather outfit is gonna be those sandals. This is his outerwear, his cold weather wear. Again, just kind of base game, but he has got that new hat on. And he has got the gold watch on, you just can't see it right now. So yeah, I really, really like him. Let me know what you think of Mel Goddard. If I'm able to, because you can see I can't actually access the gallery right now. You can't do it in the kind of early access builds. They disable it to stop kind of leaks and spoilers and things like that, because you get idiots like me that are like, I'll upload that to the gallery, I'll have it. So yeah, so hopefully I'll jump through a few hoops and get him up on the gallery ASAP as soon as everybody gets access to the pack, including myself, because I need it in my own game to be able to access the gallery. And then kind of, yeah, I'll do a little shufty with the save files and get him up on the gallery for you, and you can download him and have a wonderful property owner who is, you know, gonna make renting a house accessible for your Sims who are on a lower budget. So you're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, let me know what you think of him. Leave me a like. Subscribe if you haven't yet already. I need the help. I'd love to get to my secret manifestation is to get to 1,000 subscribers through early access to this year. Like by the end of the year, if I could get 1,000 subscribers, that would be super cool. And I don't think, like, I don't normally count numbers. I'm not kind of like I don't know, I don't, like 1,000 people subscribing, that's 1,000 people, that's 1,000 of you watching who like bother to kind of click that little button. And it's like, that's crazy to me. Like, it's so crazy to me. And I value every single one of you and I appreciate you. When I see the little notification that someone's subscribed, I'm kind of like, someone cares. It's so lovely. So thank you everybody who has subscribed already. Like, I would love it if anyone wanted to sign up to more of this chaos. And yeah, like, thank you everybody for just being a wonderful community that I'm so happy to be part of. And I will see you all again soon. Take care. Bye friends.